Hey, I know you're here looking for some fresh inspiration for living on less. So this list that I have is in no particular order of importance, but I've got 60 practical, interesting, and somewhat extreme frugal living tips and hacks that I think you should try this year. So let's go. Track your expenses throughout the month if you usually use cash, or at least once a month if you do most of your spending with a debit card. You just want to know that you're staying on budget, or if you need to wrangle in your activity a bit. Keep an eye on your checking and savings accounts a few times a week to make sure no unexpected expenses or fraudulent activity is causing your account to be overdrawn. Set up an automatic transfer to your savings account or emergency fund. If you have a set amount automatically going to your savings account weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, you can build up your savings almost without even noticing. Always know how much things cost before you get it to the checkout counter, and make sure it's something you can afford. If you wait to find out the price at the checkout, you're less likely to put it back if it costs too much, and you're more likely to overspend. If your bank account has online banking, look through and activate your cash back deals. You can usually get up to 15% of your purchase back into your bank account from the stores or online vendors where you frequently shop. Have more than one way to make money. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to have an ongoing side hustle, but there are times where you need to be able to generate a little extra cash for any number of reasons. So you kind of want to already have a way to do that kind of tucked in your back pocket. It could be braiding hair, babysitting, or even selling handmade crafts and baked goods. Put spare change or coins you find around the house in a piggy bank or an empty jar every day. Separate your spending money from your bill money. Just have two separate accounts. For me, it's just easier to keep track, and it reduces confusion and overspending. Set short-term and long-term savings goals. By setting short-term goals, it helps to keep you motivated by allowing you to achieve those quick wins on your way to your bigger goals. Don't wait to pay bills when they're due. Pay them as soon as you have the money, because then you're less likely to end up spending the money on something you're not supposed to spend it on. Now, here are a few tips I like to employ in the kitchen that you can try this year. Extend the life of fresh veggies by storing them in Ziploc bags with a paper towel to reduce moisture. Use an insulated thermos that keeps hot beverages hot and cold beverages cold, and just carry drinks from home whenever possible instead of buying them on the go. Pack your lunch for work. This can be leftover food or even frozen meals bought on sale from the grocery store, because they're still cheaper than eating out at lunchtime every day. Just get an ice pack and keep it in an insulated lunch bag. Stop eating out. You can cut down the amount of times you eat out, but if you really want to see some savings, don't eat out at all. Maybe just give yourself a challenge. And this would have been extreme to me before the pandemic, but because of COVID, we didn't eat out for a year and a half, and I got to see just how much money we were able to stock up and save. Make foods from scratch. Pre-processed foods always cost more than the raw foods needed to make a meal. Grow your own food. Even if you don't have space for an outdoor garden, just try growing your favorite herbs instead of buying them. It's pretty easy to do right in your own kitchen, and the plants just keep giving and giving at no extra cost. Now, if you buy disposable items like resealable bags, plastic utensils, or cups, reuse them a couple of times before throwing them away. Shop the international food aisle at your grocery store when you're looking for spices and grains, because a lot of times they're cheaper than the same items in the regular spice and grain aisles. Sign up for free rewards programs at the stores where you shop most often, because a lot of times you'll get automatic coupons, and you can often redeem the points for free food. Try those store brand foods when they're cheaper than the name brands, and you'll be surprised by the quality and taste of a lot of them. Don't waste food, eat your leftovers. Use meal themes or capsule meal planning to make food shopping simple and cheap. Capsule meal planning, in a nutshell, is just making a lot of meals from a few select ingredients. And I have some links for more information on capsule meal planning in the description. Go meatless 2 times per week and replace the meat with beans, or just go vegetarian altogether. Now, if you want the real secret to saving money on groceries, and I know a lot of people are going to think that this is radical and extreme, eat less food. Most of us need to anyway. Now here are some ways to be entertained and just have fun with family and friends for little to no money. And one of the things we do in our house is we alternate between streaming services. So like 1 month we'll pay for Paramount Plus and then pause the subscription or cancel it altogether, and then switch to Stars or any other streaming service depending on whatever new movie is out at the time. And we also use those free trials to watch new movies. But here's the trick. As soon as you activate the trial, cancel it. Most streaming services will still let you use the service for the rest of the week. And if not, just put a reminder in your phone or on your calendar to cancel it so you don't get charged. Now, we love to have family game nights, and it could just be the people in your household, or you can invite friends and have some snacks and drinks. We like to do board games, card games, multi-person video games. We just have a lot of fun, and it costs almost nothing. We almost never go to the movies, but we have movie night every Friday. We pop popcorn, fill our insulated thermoses with Kool-Aid, we have pizza, and just watch the latest release on whatever streaming service free trial we're working with that week. Do date nights at home. I recently saw where a couple set up 2 small canvases on some tabletop easels, turned on a Bob Ross video, and had their own private painting with a twist event at home. And you can get the canvases, the paint, and the easels all from the Dollar Tree. Go to your public library. Not only do they have books that you can borrow for free, but they have DVDs you can borrow. They have free family activities. And in my area in the summertime, they serve kids lunch every day during story time. In the fall, they have Halloween costume exchanges. Just look up the libraries in your area and take advantage of whatever they have to offer. Now, here's a few tips for saving on utility bills. In the winter, try to keep the temperature of your house between 68 and 72 degrees when you're home and active, and no lower than 62 when you're away or sleep. Having the temperature too much higher than 72 can dry out the air, and having it too much lower than 62 can potentially cause pipes to freeze, among other issues. Now, while you're keeping the temperature of your house low, just use an electric blanket or keep some warm fleece blankets around the house. My personal favorite way to stay comfortable at home in the winter is to have a nice selection of fleece-lined hoodies and sweatshirts. Turn out the lights when you're not in the room, or even when you are in the room, and just open the blinds and the curtains to take advantage of the daylight. Wash clothes in cold water only. So much of the energy used by your washing machine is used to heat the water. Make your own valances and curtains. For about $4 worth of material and some hem tape, you can dress your windows to help block light and heat in the summer and let in the light and heat in the winter. This is one people might really find extreme, but try going #1 while you shower. And depending on whether you have an older or a newer model toilet, you can save between 1.5 to 7 gallons of water by avoiding that one flush. And of course, you save a little bit on toilet tissue as well. Alternatively, you can just opt to not flush the toilet every single time you go. Of course, please flush if it's a #2. Just do that for everyone. Here's one my grandmother taught me years ago. Brush your teeth with baking soda. It's a safe and effective fluoride-free cleaner and a mild whitener for your teeth that helps to neutralize mouth odors, and it's a whole lot cheaper than toothpaste. Use a small sock to get the most from that small piece of soap. You know how your bar of soap gets so small and it breaks and then it's hard to use with your washcloth? Don't throw it out. Grab a small chenille footie or a sweat sock and drop those pieces in and put the sock on your hand, wet it, and lather up. Now, if you buy liquid hand soap, when you see that the bottle is about half full, just add water to fill it back up, shake it, and stretch that soap. You'll still get a good lather. Now, here's one I learned from my grandmother. Just to save a little bit of money on shoe shining, you can put a little bit of Vaseline on your hands and rub it on your shoes. Just don't try it with suede or really soft leathers. You might regret that. Now, if you're someone who loves to personalize gifts and home decor, invest in a die cutting machine like a CRICUT Joy or a CRICUT Maker and do the customizations yourself. Custom personalizations can get expensive, and for the cost of the materials to do it yourself, you can do about 10 customizations versus the one getting done by somebody else. Over time, it's going to save you a lot of money. Exercise at home instead of paying for a gym membership. And there's so many dance and exercise channels you can just subscribe to on YouTube to help you keep fit. Pack a capsule wardrobe when traveling to save on baggage fees. And if you're not sure what a capsule wardrobe is, I put a few links in the description. Use Google Maps to find the cheapest gas near you. Just type in gas and it'll show you the price of the gas stations in your area instead of you driving around trying to find the cheaper gas, wasting gas, trying to save money on gas. Wear the same clothes often. Now this goes back to having that capsule wardrobe even at home. This way you focus only on having a few quality classic pieces that are interchangeable instead of spending a lot of money on the latest style of this and that. Just remember, one good pair of basic black pants will go with everything. Avoid dry clean only clothing when it comes to things you plan to wear regularly. Check the tags before you buy to make sure that they're machine washable. Those dry cleaning bills will really add up. Buy hats, gloves, and scarves from the Dollar Tree. Every year they come out with cute new little sets, and the ones I've gotten from there have lasted me for years. Only use half the cup of clothes detergent. The agitation cycle in the washing machine is doing most of the work anyway. Use raw foods and food oils for your hair instead of buying expensive hair treatments. You can use bananas for deep conditioning, apple cider vinegar for clarifying your hair and scalp, and think about it. This 4-ounce hair oil is $7, but this 24-ounce olive oil is only $8 and is great for detangling thicker, coarser hair textures. Use dish liquid and water as a quick cleanup spray. You only need a drop or two of the dish liquid and the spray is going to last you for weeks. Accept used items, furniture from friends, clothes for your kids or for yourself. If someone is giving you free stuff and you can use it, take it. Then you can focus on spending your money on things that people aren't giving you for free, like electricity and water. Don't replace, repair. Whenever you can, fix what's broken instead of just running out and buying a new whatever it is. Buy clothes and furniture from thrift stores. Buy used cars and use YouTube to learn how to fix and maintain it. Charge your phone in the morning instead of keeping it plugged in unnecessarily all night long. Trim or cut your own hair. If you're not sure how, y'all know where to go. Learn it on YouTube. Reuse your paper towels. If you use a paper towel to dry your hands after thoroughly washing them, just hang it to dry and then use it again the next time you wash your hands. If you buy 2-ply paper towels or facial tissues, there are times when you really just don't need the full strength of both layers. Just separate the sheets and stretch that box of tissue or that roll of paper towels. Save your plastic shopping bags to use as small wastebasket trash bags. Use or learn a new skill, and it could be a crafting skill like making your own jewelry or clothing, or learning how to do basic repairs on your car or your home. When you pay for a product or a service, so much of the cost of it is just the labor. So you can save a lot of money when you just know how to do certain things for yourself. Upcycle and repurpose as much and as often as possible. Before you buy anything, ask yourself, do I have something around the house that I can use to make what I need? And I'm a crafter, so over the years I have built up a decent supply of tools and materials that I need to kind of craft a lot of things. But really, there's no telling what you can come up with when you decide to spend less and just create more. I hope that this video has been really helpful, that you've gotten some tips and some tricks that you can use this year. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, check out a couple of other videos on the channel and then feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you next time.